Alright, guys, so here it is several weeks later. And as a matter of fact, it's over a month now since my last video, since I made it. And first things first, I've lost a lot of weight. I've done a lot of walking, I've done a lot of going around um, the Kitsap Peninsula area of Washington. I'm actually a Washington resident now. I got my driver's license a few weeks ago, so I'm fully legal on the road. Um, I'm in Pasco, Washington, otherwise known as part of the Tri-Cities, which is Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. It's I guess somewhat central slash eastern Washington, probably more eastern Washington than anything. But that's where I am now. Um, by a complete fluke, Joanna found something on the internet saying it was on an Airbnb site, and she found a really cheap price at a really decent place around here. So I'm doing pretty well over here. Um, Otherwise, uh, got a few, hopefully more job interviews lined up this week, and I had one already with Walmart, but I'm not going to take that. I think I'm better at Walmart. Um, that being said, it's a job, but it definitely got my feet wet. It definitely broke the ice a little bit as far as the interview process goes. It's been a long time since I've had an interview for a job, and I have another phone interview today, and I have another one in Seattle tomorrow. If I were to take a wild guess, I would imagine that um, we could, the prospects of us being in Seattle are pretty high. That said, anything can happen. I would have never imagined a month ago that I would be in Pasco um, doing the thing. I never would have thought that in a million years. I didn't even know what Pasco was. So it just goes to show you. I mean, like John Lennon said, like, life is what happens when you're making other plans. And, it teaches me something that it's kind of futile to plan so much because oftentimes it's not what you imagine it'll be. So, as a result of that, I've kind of taken a go with the flow approach. Definitely a lot more relaxed than I was a month ago. Um, I've been using a lot of marijuana, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Not really. It's kind of has a stigma to it still, but it's calmed me down a lot. Um, which, by the way, the industry up here is pretty insane. Um, it's unlike anything. Well, I mean, that's wrong. It's so far advanced from what I thought it was going to be. Um, from when the whole laws started changing in the U.S. It is completely different here, and it's welcome. Like, I love it. I like that type of freedom. Um, yeah, ever since that walk I did that day to record that video, I've definitely fallen. Uh, I want to say fallen in love. I've definitely started liking the prospect of living in Washington a lot. I mean, obviously, I'm a resident here now, but it's just this is something that a year ago I would have thought I would be doing at all. None of this, but definitely living in Washington State was kind of far off the table. It was something I would have never imagined, or um, it. But that being said, it makes all the sense in the world that I'm here, that I see it. It's got everything I like, everything I want, I guess, out of a place, and that in and of itself is a very good thing. It's very good to have somewhat of a knowledge or somewhat of a direction than not having one. So I'm really blessed in that regard. I think anybody would be um, if they found something like that. But so far, the starting over thing is going well. I'm having some direction, which is good. But I'm also playing it safe enough to be flexible with everything that could happen. A lot of which, most of which, almost all of it, rather, um, is unknown. It's in the future. I don't know what this holds. I don't know um, where I'm going to be a year from now. But instead of being kind of scared of that so much, I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I'm day by day. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself because um, previous 12 years were definitely part of a different lifestyle. And that's all I go into it on that. Um, it's wholly different. And as soon as I get more advanced with this YouTube type of thing, this journal type of activity that goes on, I want to post some more produced videos. Right now, it's sort of off the cuff. It's sort of me at the present moment. I'm sort of off the cuff right now, I guess. But that being said, uh, I'm excited. I got a car. I forgot to mention that. I got a car. It's a Ford Explorer. Very high miles, but it gets the job done and it's awesome to have. God, it's such a relief. Yeah, I'd never thought that having a car would be as liberating as it is until I didn't have one for well over a year by this point. I haven't had a steady vehicle in I don't know how long. And it's definitely nice to have. It was definitely a necessary thing being back in the States because you have to drive everywhere. And that's one thing I forgot. I knew, but I forgot being in Japan for so long. Um, and then coming back over here, it's sort of like it's breathing fresh air. It feels good. And hopefully, moving forward, um, things will go easier and things will be okay. And I'll be sort of going on the downward slope of some really hard years. But I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully, you would be too. Um, Stand by for the next video if you want to keep posting what's going on. Subscribe. I can't be too frequent of a poster, I don't think. Um, just because there isn't a lot of time and energy and space to do it. That's space is the big thing. But also, alone time. I'm usually with someone most of the day. I'm not alone, which that's a good thing to note. I'm not alone. And um, I guess I feel better. Um, if you're at a point in your life where you don't know where to go or you don't know what to do, one thing I am certain of, and I don't mean to darken the tone here a little bit, but the worst parts of life are worth living. And once you go to the other side of them, they show their worth. And during the meantime, when it's tough and it's hard, um, and it's unbearable, and you don't know what you're about or anything, it all comes around. Um, I'm not saying that from a completed standpoint. I'm still a work in progress, but I am feeling very optimistic about things. And if you guys know of any good spots in Washington to go to, I'm definitely game to go now. Um, Maybe not immediately, but within a certain time period. I don't know, maybe a year, maybe not. But yeah, this year I'm sticking to that plan. I'm sticking to the plan of being on the assumption or understanding that this year's my recuperating year. It's going to be a recovery from all this shit. One day I want to go over all this type of stuff. Right now I'm not ready to talk about it. I don't mean to be dramatic in that, but um, I do think that an explanation is owed at some point to someone, or I don't know, maybe to me. So far, I don't think many people are viewing this besides me, and I'm completely fine with that. But in case you are, you know, there it is. And thank you for your time and your patience. And just understand that you'll never get this 11 minutes of your life back. And I'm the culprit. Take care.